Bernard Hopkins is tough. He, like I said, he's from Philly. He's a tough guy. So I'm gonna say some kind of decision, maybe even with a knockdown. But I don't really see Kovalev necessarily like stopping him in a devastating fashion, like how Pacquiao got knocked out in the Marquez fight or anything like that. I'd be surprised if he stopped him like that. I don't know. I just feel like he might feel he's a little bit in over his head once he starts once some of that thunder starts landing. If Kovalev attacks him the right way, you know what I'm saying? I think Kovalev is underrated in his ability to box. I'm not saying he's Muhammad Ali with the slickness. I'm not saying he's Rigondeaux or Mayweather in terms of you know what I mean, being a technical clinical boxer. However, you got guys who have power and they get labeled as power, like, you know what I mean, power punchers. Mike Tyson, perfect example. Yes, the motherfucker had devastating power, but he also had some finesse. He had defense. I've seen him use his head, movement, swift, peekaboo style. He got leverage on his shot, torque. You know what I mean? He did different things, moved his feet, cut off the ring on you. And I think Kovalev, I'm not comparing him to Tyson, so don't leave no dumbass comments. I think Kovalev has more boxing ability than people give him credit for. That's what I'm trying to say. I think he's better at boxing than people think. People think he's the Ruslan Provodnikov of the 175-pound division. I personally don't agree with that. And I definitely think his key to victory would be work the body. You got to work a body on a person who's 50 years old. It's a must. And Bernard Hopkins has mobility, so you want to slow that up and take his confidence away. I'm picking Kovalev via unanimous decision, maybe even a majority decision. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego in the back with some more boxing. As you guys heard, it looks like my prediction turned out to be right. The fight played out pretty much how I expected. Now, I do have to say this. First of all, congrats to main event Sergey Kovalev. He did his thing. He looked good. And it pretty much played out like I expected. However, when you're dealing with the wizard like Bernard Hopkins, there's always that what if, can he pull a rabbit out of the hat? And that's what I kind of alluded to in my prediction. But on some real shit, I know I joke around with you guys. We have a good time on my channel. But real shit, if you don't respect what this man did tonight, then I don't value or respect your opinion as a boxing fan. And that's straight up. You know what I mean? What Bernard Hopkins did to me, he's easily a legend. Sergey Kovalev released thunder. He was throwing vicious shots. And you got guys who, you could take Bernard Hopkins' age, almost 50, divided by 2, and that's the age, you know what I mean, the common age of a lot of Kovalev's recent opponents. And they're like 25, 26 maybe, somewhere in that neighborhood. They're getting knocked out inside of 3-4 rounds, within 8 rounds. This man BHOP, like a true warrior, like a true gritty Philly boxer, he took him in deep waters. He didn't really have any success, but he can hold his head high knowing that he took the gamble, which is already more than some people are doing now in this climate and this landscape of boxing. So I have nothing but respect for both of these fighters for trying to unify, making the fight when it needed to happen. And it was, you know what I'm saying, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because there's always a level of suspense. Like I said, can Hopkins pull off something miraculous? He didn't. I didn't score this particular fight, but it was pretty much a wash. It was a landslide. I don't really think I gave Hopkins many rounds, if any, like if I were to have scored it. And if you did, it would be more or less from having a better round. But Kovalev, I told you guys, he's a real deal. He has that power. And to me, I just seen it being a matter of time. You can only challenge your body. It's just like history repeats itself. It would have been lovely, and it kind of breaks my heart to see Hopkins look the way he did. He looked slower. He looked a lot less hesitant to engage. And it comes with the territory. I mean, this man's 49 years old going up against a big puncher. And the thing I was trying to tell people in my prediction video is Kovalev has his shit together. He's not a Ruslan Provodnikov. I think that was my exact words. He's not the Ruslan Provodnikov guy with power, knows he has power, and that's all he tries to do and land. If you watch this fight, Bernard Hopkins even said this post-fight. He said he had a really good game plan, and he would take a step back. He didn't just get gung-ho, and Kovalev proved a lot. Like I told you, I like Kovalev, and I picked him to win this fight. I liked how reserved Kovalev is. I mean, anytime a guy has punching power, sometimes you just see him go balls to the wall, and then that's how they get embarrassed, knocked down, look stupid, lose, and things like that. Kovalev didn't show you that. He showed you he's more dynamic, and he's not just a threatening puncher. He knows when to take a step back. He knows when to finish and go for the kill. And then, like I said, as far as Bernard Hopkins, true legend to me. I thoroughly respect him. He should really consider hanging it up just because he's had an illustrious career and did a lot of great, memorable things. I would hate to see him get hurt or embarrassed worse or anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see. I hate seeing the legends go out like that. The Roy Jones, you know what I mean, get starched and lose to guys I know in their prime they probably wouldn't have lost to. Losing to Kovalev, there's no shame in that. He was a champion. He was a big puncher. I told you guys he had good technical skills as well. I just don't want to see him lose. You know what I mean? If he fights like a Shumanov or somebody he would have beaten his prime, I don't want to see him lose to guys like that. So he should probably do more of the promoter side. As far as boxing, I appreciate the sweet science, all the styles, and I appreciate both fighters tonight because they went out there like true champions. They were respectful towards each other. At the end, they ended the Cold War by having a golden boy fighter, Bernard Hopkins, and main events fighter, making it happen on HBO. So it's just great stuff for boxing. Hopefully, people listen to Bernard Hopkins' wisdom and his post-fight and take little notes from that and do the right thing and make these great fights, these unification fights. But for now, props to both fighters. I really want to give props to Kovalev for looking good. He pretty much dominated the whole fight. There were a couple moments. I really don't even see, like I said, I really don't respect you. Like, straight up, I don't respect you if you don't respect what Bernard Hopkins did and showed us. You know what I mean? That's the way it is. You know what I mean? The 12th round, he took some shots. Like, he was taking big shots. He was stumbling, didn't get knocked down in the 12th round, and he just ate those shots, and he took a man style. So if you can't respect that, then I don't know what to tell you. He did get knocked down in the first round, and it kind of, Kovalev dictated the pace, and I told you guys in my prediction that body attack, when you're 50 years old, it takes its toll, especially if you're a big puncher. But let me know what you guys thought of the fight. True legend in Bernard Hopkins. Kovalev has a bright future. Hopefully a younger guy with power like an Adonis Stevenson decides to fight him, because these could be competitive matches. They're both closer in age, those kind of things. So I would love to see that fight next for Kovalev. Let me know what you guys think of the fight, your feedback, anything like that. Make sure you like my video. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, is Ego signing off.